On the outskirts of Kansas City, nestled between city and country, lies a town where there are more truck stops than stoplights, where the school fight song is the community's chorus, and where the biggest event of the year is the annual migration to Columbia for the state wrestling tournament.
Dynasty. Is it safe to call this a dynasty?
I think so, and when I was coaching and I was actively coaching, I would never call it a dynasty. Now that I'm separated from it, I think, yeah, it's a dynasty.
Oak Grove on the brink of cementing its status. If the #1 ranked Panthers take state again this year, they'll have 17 team championships.
17 and 17. Why not? Why can't we do it?
More than anyone ever in the state of Missouri.
It's tradition, it's pride, it's something that everybody else is chasing, and nobody wants to break the streak. Nobody wants to be that team that doesn't get the state title.
Oak Grove's wrestling program launched in 1974, but its small class supremacy really took off when an eager new coach walked through the doors a decade later. The 22-year-old Bob Glasgow had sky-high expectations from the start.
I was going to come, of course, set the world on fire, and despite my coaching efforts, we ended up winning a state title my first year. I mean, it was like, we didn't really see this coming, and we were not the favorite by any stretch. We snuck up on everybody.
The word was out. Oak Grove no longer had a chance of sneaking up on anybody. The Panthers quickly began measuring their success by state tournament appearances. But when they took it one step further, Glasgow knew he was onto something. We
talked about getting there and winning the state tournament. So we changed that expectation level a little bit, and once kids started talking that way, then I knew that the ball was rolling.
One championship snowballed into another, and another, and another.
When we would get second or third in the state tournament, I get more phone calls for that than when we won the state tournament. Well, what's wrong with you guys? We got second. We're pretty good, you know?
Oak Grove had solidified a seemingly permanent place atop the podium at state by the time a scrappy freshman named Bobby Lowe was wrestling for Glasgow.
As I started to get a little older, my sophomore year, I really started to kind of grow up and really kind of started saying, hey, this is the guy. I need to definitely listen to every word he says and do exactly what he says.
Under Glasgow's coaching, Lowe won 3 state titles for the Panthers. He then went on to win a national junior college title and became an All-American at Minnesota.
I came back from college, actually came back and said, hey coach, can I come back and help out some high school? And he let me come in the room, and it just kind of really went from there.
Upon Lowe's return, Glasgow was starting to think about his exit. Over his 25 years, he claimed 12 state championships, scores of state medalists, and All-Americans, one of whom was Glasgow's ideal candidate to take over the program.
This was kind of my baby. You would never leave your kid with somebody you knew couldn't take great care of them. So I wanted to hand over this program to a person that I knew would take great care of it.
I mean, at first it was a pretty big honor, you know, just to know what you're taking over at that. Just really the perennial power in the state of Missouri. It was an awesome feeling to have, but it was also pretty nerve-wracking at the same time.
The transition was seamless. Lowe found himself carrying on Glasgow's legacy in more ways than one.
If I get a wrestler's kid that wrestled for him, I'm going cha-ching, you know, they know what to expect.
That makes you feel pretty good as a person because they still believe in what you believe, and it helps that expectation level stay up here, not down here.
That hunger for more hardware is as strong as ever, with the current Panthers embracing the challenge of capturing historic number 17.
What does that mean to you guys to be here, be on this team, and have a chance to help them win the 17th state title?
I think it's awesome. Like, we're lucky to have 16, and then now we have a chance to get the 17th one. Just feels great.
It means so much to me, just because it'd be awesome to set a record our senior year, because we didn't get it done last year, but this year could make history.
We fell short of it last year to Smithville, but I feel like this is the year where we get number 17 and we break the state record.
The current Panthers know that in doing so, they'd be carrying on the tradition that has been the trademark of their community for decades.
Only 3 years in the last 30+ years that we have not taken a state trophy. That's pretty impressive.
People deliver. They buy into it. They know the message, they know the expectation, they come in here, they want to be in here, and they do everything they can to achieve the same goal that 16 other teams have done.
Because in Oak Grove, it's championship or bust. A small town dynasty where the past is just as important as the present.